Now, today's video, we had kind of a throwback to 18 days when the A-team would get together and work on Luciano's shed or Glenn's garage or whatever, Bob Navola's motorcycles. This was really kind of an old-fashioned 18 day. Karyn wanted to have this grass area you see right here covered with stone, marble chips. Well, I got Joe to come down with his pickup truck, and we already previously had loaded, and I estimated we'd need 50 bags to do the job. Well, I had them delivered by trailer truck yesterday. So today, Joe came down and we put out the underlayment, laid out the bags. This was pretty funny. Karyn was in management most of the day, brought us out coffee, got us bagels. We went down to Lowe's. Actually, it's a long story. We had to go back and get 21 bags. We came back and we had to go back a second time and get 21 more bags. And then people at Lowe's were thinking, what kind of contractors can't figure out how to measure for stone the first time? So Miles came over and he helped us. He wound up getting his new clothes all filthy dirty, which endeared him to us forever. And in the end, of course, as always happens on a windy video, by the day's end, the job just turned out great. Thank you, Joe. Now I got up with the chickens this morning because I had a lot to do. Karyn gave me another rug, a recycled rug to use in the garage. Now I have like 5 layers of carpet, so when I'm laying here in the middle of the winter, the garage is getting smaller and smaller. Anyway, this is a big day. Joe Badula's coming over in about an hour, and I'm going to try to get set up there. We're going to try to do the stonework on the side of the house for Karyn. Make her the happiest woman on earth. Maybe she'll buy me another MT-09 for my birthday. Even if she doesn't, I'm keeping her. Now, really, today, this morning, when I put that rug out here, it reminded me when Luciano gave me the old rug from his house, and there was so much dog hair on it, I swear, when I emptied the vacuum cleaner, I heard woof, woof, woof. But that rug lasted a couple of years, but having rugs in the garage, when you got to lay on cold concrete all winter, it's a good idea. And inexpensive too, thrifty. So the final thing, all the batteries are charged now, everything's ready. I've done all my mill maintenance here in the garage. It's time to get out to the pond, feed the fish, feed the birds, and the main thing, feed me. So in the last few days, we've had our stone delivered, we've had our topsoil, we went and bought it. We got the underlayment, and this is the area, what normally would be my painting area all winter, that Karyn is going to turn into our little, much like this, a potted plant garden. But first we want to put down underlayment and stone, and then Joe has a pickup truck and a wheelbarrow, so what we're going to try to do is see how far the stone goes, estimate how much more we need, and then go make a second trip to pick up some more stone if we need it. If we need 50 bags or more, I'll go get the trailer truck again. I'm part of Karyn's gardening project here. We put up an extra shelf in our little hothouse behind the house, and we've got all this special stuff to put in the pots, and of course 100 starter pots. So we'll get started before Joe even gets here. And it looks like a heavenly day. It looks like a day to do this kind of work. About 40 degrees. So the last couple of days we've been working on these projects, trying to get ready for the end of the winter and the beginning of the spring. We carbon fibered up and tried to repair. We haven't really finished it yet. I got to do the string on this. That's a part that's unobtainable for an 11-foot umbrella, fixed on the previous video. More parts that we repaired, and hopefully we're going to get that all put together in the next couple days. Vlad has already told me he put the sprocket in the mail. Well, we should have that. And of course, Joe's parts really came out great. The chair really couldn't have been better. And actually, once I get the stone down, I'll feel like I made a nice watershed in getting ready for the summer that's coming right away. It's almost here. Almost. And here's a lesson I've learned the hard way. The Vigoro, the weed control, they make an inexpensive one, and for about twice the price they make the heavy-duty gray. And what we did a garden for the kids 2 or 3 years ago. We used the inexpensive stuff, and by the end of the summer the weeds were all over the place. The next year we used this, and that's still there 3 years later. So my suggestion is don't skimp on the ground cover, the weed control fabric. Now it's still early and the wind is already starting to blow, so I put some of our flower pots around there while I start doing one. Well, I'll wait till Joe gets here. Well, I'll put a couple more of these out here, because little by little I only want to do one strip at a time. Otherwise this underlayment blows all over the place when it gets windy. This is the only way I know when you have a windy day to do it. Well, thankfully we have these flower pots to hold it down, because the wind is already starting to blow, and without the wind blowing, now my idea is to start the stone in the middle and then rake it out to the side. But again, I'm not a landscaper, so we're going to do a lot of improvising here. Maybe Joe knows more about this, but we'll get it. I see the wind blowing this up. If you don't have the bags around the corners, good luck doing this kind of a job. So Joe just got here, he had his coffee, and we're ready to go to work. So I'm going to work on we're going to try to do one little spot in the front and then see how long it takes before we run out of stone. So here in fast forward, to speed things up, we didn't really work this fast. Well, we started off fast, but we got slower as the day went by. So I don't know when we're going to run out of the underlayment, but I want to see the wind is blowing the stuff up. We got to put bags on it just to keep it from blowing. Time to spread some rocks. Now looking at this in fast forward, it really doesn't look like the kind of job it really is. It really is a lot of bending over, a lot of picking up, a lot of just, I don't know how to describe it. It's not as much fun watching it in fast forward as actually doing it. But the day was starting to warm up, which made it a little more palatable. Now, it turns out Joe and I really did work well together, and we had Karyn in management today supervising. And this really, at some point in time today, we realized 50 bags wasn't even going to be close to being enough. And of course, we didn't want to admit I underestimated the job. So it meant we had to go back to Lowe's for more stone. So the lesson we learned here as contractors, if you think you need 50 bags, you better buy 100, and you'll probably be a little short too. Never underestimate. We're stripping down. Joe insists he needs extra coffee to work. Look at this guy. I pay him for a day's pay. All he does is drink coffee. He's like me. So little by little, we are making progress, even though we're drinking a lot of coffee here. I'm guessing we're probably maybe half, but I think we're going to run out of underlayment. And boy, the main thing here is Karyn is the happiest person on earth, and I am, because I'll never have to mow this again. Wow. And she's got some real fancy planters to put in here, so wow. Having a happy wife and a happy me. And Joe's been a great help here. He's been the raking specialist. And you think we're more than half done? Maybe half, I'm guessing.
I think we're past half. We have 2 layers left.
Okay.
We've gone through about 3 or 4.
So I thought we'd need 10 more bags. Joe said we'd need 20. We wound up by the end of the day needing 40. So I guess we both were pretty good. So we know how many. We need 20 more bags to finish the job. What do you think, girls?
Nice. Okay. Take a picture of me.
You're taking a picture of you. Come on. He's stealing a pallet. Put that back. Put that back. And we're headed out to Lowe's to buy more stone. Actually, we had enough underlayment. We just need stone. Just in the nick of time, Joe takes the wheelbarrow. We already got the job 3/4 done. And we had to go out to Lowe's. Good old Lowe's.
Hi, Karyn.
Look at this. The shovel's Joe, the shovel's broken. This is a full warranty job here. Look at this. The shovel's broken. Hey, we're headed out to Lowe's. All right, girls. So are you happy? I want to hear it. I love you, honey. So how appropriate is this? My feet are white from the stone, and your truck is white anyway. At least we'll match. I'll get the white dirt inside your truck. Luckily, they have plenty, Joe, in case we want to do Luciano's house. So your house too. Well, we have the truck out. Oh my God! Could this be more fun? So it turns out Joe and I are not as strong as we thought we were. Out of breath. And hey, when you work for Windy, you get any bagel you want. We're gonna live it up, baby. Maybe we could get a job as truck drivers if this landscaping doesn't work out. Will that get the job done today? Well, you're living large here, baby. We got 21 more bags to go. So this is the last load of stone. What does this make? 42 extra bags? We thought we had enough stone. Liar, liar.
Didn't want to get too many.
Liar. We were advising people at Lowe's how to measure for stone. True. And this is true. By the time we got back from our second trip to Lowe's, we bought 21 bags, went back and got 21 bags. And the second time, the cashier looked at us, and we look like, I guess, like we do this kind of work for a living. But she was thinking, you know, maybe you guys aren't really professional contractors. Maybe you should have hired somebody to do it. So maybe she's right. So believe it or not, the job got done. It wound up being 92 bags. We had 50 delivered and we went and got 21 twice. Wow, does that look nice. My wife is the happiest. Now see, this is all going to be a garden. She's going to segment it out, so it couldn't be any better. And wow, that couldn't be any better. So, do we declare this on our income tax? Hey, yeah, thank you. Don't lose those stones. Where do we put this under extra income? So now that the job is done, all my friends and neighbors come over to see. He took a ride in his wagon. Karen brings out some extra coffee.
All right, guys.
Oh my God. And this is what shoes look like when you're done at the stone quarry here. Oh man, this stonework's got to go.
Deserve that.
I'm going riding. There's Jason stealing my yard blower. What a neighborhood this is. Oh, I love it. I love it. There's our first customer for our new business.
That might be a...
Sir, that's new stone.
A new kind of therapy.
Young man, that's new stone there. How does that feel? You could sleep out here tonight. How are those stones, Miles? They're good, right? Grammy, he's getting in love with your stones. Are you getting stoned?
Oh my goodness.
Grammy, what do you think?
I send them home dirty.
You send him home. I hope he's got other clothes. He was laying in them before.
You might have to turn on the air compressor.
Yeah. So this day ends, and it brought back a lot of great memories of the A-Team when we ripped down Luciano's sheds and we painted Glenn's garage and God knows what other adventures we went on. Great memories. And needless to say, I haven't forgotten a single one of them, and we have them all on video. This was a great day, though. Thank you, Joe. Thank you to the healthcare workers that make it possible. And thank you for Karen for getting me that MT-09. That has made me appreciate motorcycling even more than I did before. That is just one special bike. And I think the next time we do get to ride, I'm going to take the R1 out. Haven't ridden it in a while. And again, a bike I bought new. I've had since new. And we're not going to ride today. It's been a long day. So again, thank you to the healthcare workers. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Karen. It's been great. And I'm going to need a nap. It's time for a nap. So again, thanks guys for watching. Oh, I thought a perfect ending for this video would be, this was when Glenn moved into his house. I don't really know how many years ago it was, several years ago. And what we wound up doing is getting the A-Team together out on, this is his back deck. And we wound up doing some rehab work. Karen did some, I don't know what she did, made some curtains. These are Karyn'S curtains she made for Glenn's house. She bought some vases. And then we got the A-Team together and we did his garage. And we painted it. Here's his daughter. And boy, we had a day of days. Look how young she is there. Wow. Look at the shirt she's wearing, a Windy t-shirt. Hey, and the Jot was there. And God, I don't even know. Bobby Navola's son, I think, was even there. But we had people in the A-Team that have long since moved on. And Bobby's son is up on the rafters painting. And we just did again, there's Bobby, of course. This was an A-Team day to remember. And the Jot rode up on his Ducati I don't remember how many people we had there. One of Glenn's friends went, bought us cookies. No, Karen made some cookies, if I remember right. And I think we had food and coffee all day. It was a great 18 day. In fact, here's the boss, Glenn. And what I know, this garage is now his pride and joy. He's gone on to doing track days and other exciting stuff. He loves his Ducati collection and hosts MotoGP parties by his house. But we'll never forget this day. Just like I'll never forget this day with Joe. Joe, I appreciate it so much, I can't tell you. And I remember this day how much Glenn appreciated the A-Team doing his garage. This was another special day. Needless to say, over the years, the A-Team has gone. Some of the people have gone. Some have stayed. Some have moved away. Some have moved on. But we still remember you all. And the A-Team, to me, was such a very special thing and so memorable in every way it could be memorable. And on a day like today, when I basically spent the whole day with Joe doing an A-Team, I guess you would call it a mitzvah. That's the best word I know. I just think these days are the days you remember for the rest of your life. You have good rides with your friends. You work on bikes together. You do things together. We go on adventures together. And we've worked on countless projects together for help each other out. Many people, like today, have come and helped me. I try to always pay back the favor. We always seem at the end of the day to look back and say, wow, we had a good time today. This was a day worth living. And just looking back now, I just can't imagine having a better life than I've been blessed to have. And the friends I've been able to have. And the adventures I've been able to have. And of course, my family. And most of all, Karen. All of those things combined make me a very appreciative person of the life I have. And that's why I enjoy making the videos and sharing them, try to pass some of that fun, some of that entertainment, some of that enjoyment, spread it around a little bit, and so we can all have it. And even these rides we go on, and we're going on a ride tomorrow, I guarantee you, we're done with 3 days of working on this stuff. I want to get out on the open road. And it's coming up on the nicest part of the year. The real spring riding season will be here soon. We actually have a market meetup coming up, and that's always one of the high points of every month. And other adventures, which you never know when they're coming, and you never know when they're going to turn out great. This whole week I've spent fixing storm damage, umbrellas, chairs, carbon fiber, repairing things, fixing things. And that's stonework. But now I get to the point where we're going to start our planting, and the best part of the year is just ahead of us. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we post something every day, and we'll see you tomorrow.